Hello and welcome to Game Token Watch with me, Jon Jordan. So usually once a month I do a roundup of my portfolio and what's been happening in terms of if I've been increasing my allocation or moving it around or kind of selling off any of that sort of stuff. But I thought this month we're halfway through, just over halfway through March. Seen quite a lot of activity, particularly focused on one coin, which is has always been kind of one of the biggest parts of my portfolio. So I thought it's kind of worth going into a bit more detail about Enjin Coin. Now I did mention Enjin Coin in the February update, so that was the start of March, and we can see there's been quite a lot of activity since then as well, so worth going into. So I'm just using CoinGecko, obviously loads of different ways of accessing this data, but we can see here, so Enjin Coin, I should point out really before we get involved in the details, Enjin Coin is the coin that underpins the Enjin metaverse, they call it, which is a kind of a platform, for want of a better word, for blockchain games. So the Enjin Coin will be used within those games. They may actually have their own currencies. They may use Enjin Coin as a native token or currency, or the game developers using Enjin can create their own tokens, but it's all underpinned by Enjin. So Enjin Coin, should say. So any of those currencies are kind of like a kind of been created as kind of like an ERC20 based on Enjin to some degree, and more interestingly, any of the assets created in those games, any of the NFTs, non-fungible tokens, are backed by Enjin. So at any point you can what they call melt them back to some underlying value based in Enjin Coin. Probably won't be as much as their value in the game, but it's always it's kind of like as I call it anyway, a liquidity backstop, which is kind of useful. I won't go into too much detail on that. At the moment, the thing to point out actually with Enjin is none of these games are live. So they've got about a dozen games, various different forms of games, mainly PC, a few mobile ones, some quite ambitious, some not so ambitious. But Enjin at the moment, Enjin Coin is not being used by any consumers. So let's get that straight. This is pure speculation. This is pure good old-fashioned crypto speculation. So we have to be a bit careful about this. As you know, I am not doing this. This is not investment advice. This is me messing around, having a bit of fun. And basically, in the long term, seeing if any of these blockchain game projects can kind of, or if the value that they create will be realized, will be reflected in the token price. So I'm not spending a lot of money. Still under $500, all that kind of all that stuff. So don't be putting your life saving on this, but interesting. So here we have Enjin Coin. Now it's ranked number 40, so it's the 40th. It's the by cryptocurrency rank is number 40 now, so it's gone up a lot. You can see here current price. This is obviously spread across different exchanges, so there may be different exchanges will have different prices depending on how much liquidity is going through. But basically about 20 cents, up 20%. Basically on the day. You see market cap's now $172.5 million, and trading is trading is actually over 100 million. Is that right? Goodness me. So there seems to be an awful lot of trading volume to me, compared to. I'm missing a decimal place there. No, I'm not. So basically, the market cap is basically the trading volume. So a lot going on with Enjin Coin at the moment. So quick look at the numbers first before we go into why. So this is just the 24-hour. So we were down here at about 16 cents. Now we're kind of peaking this is over 21, almost 22, and now kind of falling down around 20 cents. So 24 hours are up 18%. But this is the real kind of interesting stuff. Over 2 weeks we're up 145%. Over a month we're up over 500%, and a year, even with a year, we're now up over 90%. So we can take it out to the max. So let's see. Enjin Coin's been around for a while. Excuse me. So we have the typical big peak at the end of the crypto bubble. Fell all the way down, and now we're back here. So we're still, obviously, if you were buying here, you're still way underwater, still 50% down. So most of my allocation, I've been pretty much buying. When did I start buying? Probably about here, May. So little allocations bought all the way through here. So certainly didn't buy my whole allocation at under 3 cents, but did buy some. So as we go in a bit closer, we can start to see within a year we're way up on the year, and then we're going to start to see this peak look absolutely ridiculous. because we had the kind of the start of the crypto winter in November. Let's just go back to, let's have a look at that one. So basically mid-November everything collapsed. I guess we all know that. Not too much here. I mean, it's kind of, here we are mid-November. So for Enjin, because Enjin was pretty low anyway, but we do have quite a big kind of decline from 5 cents down to, what are we there? Getting on for 2.5. And now we see this big. So if you bought all your stuff here, yeah, well done you. You're up. You know, getting on for 10 times. But what I'm actually going to talk about is, I think, a bit more interesting. So the reason this happened. So why is Enjin Coin being speculated upon at such level? We can kind of see here as well. If we look beneath the price curve, we can see here this is volume. So we're seeing suddenly a lot of volume. So we the start of the year, no volume at all, and then these very large amounts of volume being traded. So here we see at the peak we're seeing almost double the market cap being traded. So a lot of activity happening on Enjin Coin. So what did this happen? Well, Samsung announced the S10 family of phones, S10 and S10 Plus, and it has a crypto wallet in there, and one of the partners for the Samsung on the S10 is Enjin, the Enjin wallet. So Enjin has a really nice mobile wallet. I've had that for a while. Did a recent upgrade, so now you can do trading within that wallet using exchanges like Bancor and Kyber. So it's not an enormous range of coins, but it's a pretty decent range of ERC20 coins. You can do exchanges just between them, just on your phone. So that's kind of a nice wallet. It also does NFTs, non-fungible tokens. That's important for game stuff. So obviously the point of Enjin building its own wallet system, and it can use that, and people can play mobile games through that, and that kind of makes it more accessible. But this initial speculation thing happened because Enjin was announced. It wasn't announced. So on the Samsung press conference, they just had some big slides of Enjin obviously working on this S10, and it wasn't just Enjin, there were other partners as well in the crypto space. Now interestingly, we now know that it is an official deal, but Enjin can't talk about it because of their contract with Samsung. They're not allowed to make any comment at all. They can't even say yes, we're doing it. So nothing at all from Enjin, which is obviously helps on the speculation front. So we see this initial rise over here from 3.6 cents, and then we're up to 10. So that's over double, isn't it, in a pretty short period of time. And then we kind of trundled along for a little bit, and then we got up to about 10 cents here, just under 10 cents, and then we have this big peak, almost up to 25, 23, 24 cents there. Again, trundled down. Then we had this other peak. So nice, really good. This is, you know, for speculators or people who are intellectually curious like me. It's nice. Nicer that things are going up than going down. Although personally, I'm not too bothered when things are going down. Now, what happened for my portfolio? So this is kind of interesting thing I'm going to talk about here. So I guess we all know, or there's the kind of truism with stocks. If you buy a stock and it doubles in price, you sell half your allocation, because then basically you've paid for what you paid for the stock, and if it continues to go up or just stays where it is, you basically haven't lost any money at that point. And I kind of think that's quite a good rule of thumb. So I guess lots of us know about kind of the psychology of being loss averse, and you have to gain twice as much to compensate for losing a certain amount of money. So we're much more adverse to losing things than we are to kind of gaining rewards. The rewards have to be much bigger to overcome the kind of the annoyance or the discomfort we feel at losing stuff. I'm a bit different. I'm not too bothered about loss aversion. I've had that kicked out of me in my trading days. But I'm quite keen on these kind of rules of thumb truisms. So actually at this point here, so we over doubled there. So I actually sold a third of my, getting on for a third of my allocation of Enjin Coin at that point. So do I feel like a fool? No, I don't, because firstly, I always kind of think not many stocks or any asset class will not be doing this. Obviously, this is from a very low base, and I didn't buy all my Enjin at 3 cents, but I did buy some. So this for me is just kind of like a no-brainer. So I'm going to sell some out. I didn't sell the whole thing, obviously. but sold, say, sold a third out, sat on it, and then we have coming up here again have this another big peak. So I've sold another third out. So I've basically, I say, it's not a large amount of money on a percentage term. It's really good. It's an insignificant amount of money in terms of absolute money terms. But for me, this is the principle of thinking about, particularly stuff with cryptocurrency, which is so speculative. As I say, you know, the fact that Enjin is within Samsung, the new Samsung phone, is a big deal. But does that mean that the price of Enjin Coin itself has significantly changed? Well, maybe it does, but actually to use that wallet, you don't need Enjin Coin. You can use Ethereum, or you can use any of the ERC20 tokens. So it's not clear to me there's a business case for why this has gone from 3.6 cents up to 24 cents. So I always think if you've got the opportunity to take profits, then take them. Cryptocurrency, we could easily know this could be coming down again, but I've kind of taken my profit out of that. So that's kind of the thing I was going to talk about. Not particularly why or whether I think kind of Enjin Coin is the thing to invest in. It's more to do with when you do have the opportunity to take profit, and more important than taking profit is de-risking your portfolio. That's what you need to do. Obviously, we saw this with Bitcoin when Bitcoin went up to almost $20,000, and people were still piling in. You know, at that point, that's just crazy. You know, certainly when it gets to that style of investing, when people are putting a lot of money, more than they can lose, into it. Never do that. Never invest more money than you can lose. But when you get to that stage, you have to be sensible and you have to take money off the table, because Enjin Coin, I say, has a long way to go. There's no games out yet. Maybe the third of the allocation I still have is gonna maybe it's gonna go up to $1. You know, probably at that point I would sell the whole thing out, or certainly sell another half out. You know, never be attached to these stocks, because or not stocks. Never be attached to a stock or cryptocurrency. Certainly not cryptocurrency, because at the moment it's all speculation. Don't be fooled by people telling you it's not and there's fundamentals behind it. No, not the case. That may be the case at some point in the future. I have no problem with that. But at the moment, if none of these projects actually have users and actually have business kind of flows, revenue streams behind them, this stuff cannot be priced. So don't be stupid. When you have the chance to cash out, then cash out. That was the lesson for today. So thanks for watching. On Game Token Watch, all we do is look at blockchain game projects and the tokens associated with them, and kind of try and have a bit of fun when it comes to kind of investing in inverted commas. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, please do subscribe, leave comments in the comments box. Always like to read those. But thanks for watching this video, and hope to see you again soon.